And hi, I'm Jono.
And I'm Barrick.
And here on Clarifying Christianity,
we have 3 goals. The first is to engage. The second is quip. The third is to encourage. And what do they mean, Jono?
We're engaging in conversations that have happened before us and will go on beyond us. And we want to equip you to do the same, become listeners and learners with us. We don't know it all, but we want to engage in the topic. And we want to ultimately encourage you in your personal relationship, devotion, and love with Jesus. That's the whole goal. It's not just knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's knowledge about Jesus so that we fall more in love with Jesus. So That's what we aim to do. Today we are going to be talking about a phrase. What's that phrase? Do you remember?
It is. No, I don't actually. What is it?
Actions speak louder than words.
Wow.
They do. Because watch, I could say, Barrick, I love you. And then that doesn't convey that I love him.
It kind of does. It kind of looks like it does, though.
Maybe, who knows?
I mean, that's how me and my brothers worked.
That's true, actually. Sometimes there is,
Yeah, you just punch it because you love each other. Yeah.
But what's the ruling on this phrase? Are we giving it? What are we giving it? Is it a?
I already forgot the phrase.
Oh, actions speak louder than words.
I mean, kind of yes.
I'm gonna give it a 45-degree thumbs up.
I'm gonna give it a 50-degree thumbs up.
Because words are really, really important, and a lot of the words we use are the direct reflection of the heart posture that we have. Mm-hmm. You know, what's on the inside shows up on the outside. A lot of the times through the words we speak, but I do think it's mostly just completely true. I mean, you've seen it. It's like, well, don't just say it, do it. I'm sure if everybody who's alive has had parents, and every parent has probably told you to do something at some point, or a boss, or a teacher, or a coach. And then you can be like, yeah, I'm going to do it, but really they want to see you actually do it and prove it, right?
Yeah.
You can't just say, I'm going to clean the dishes, do my homework, take the trash out, run faster, practice, You got to do it.
Yeah. So, we have this fantastic verse that John's going to read in a second, but I want to start with, can I start with Jesus? I remembered a story that works.
Oh, go for it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So he told this one parable. He's like, okay, there was this dad with 2 sons, and he told the sons, one son, hey, go clean up this field or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he said, hey, go do this thing. And the son said, no. And so he went to his other son and was like, hey, go do this thing. And someone was like, I'll do it. And so the son that said no actually ended up doing it. And the son that said he would didn't do it. Which is confusing, but Jesus' point was this. Who do you think the father was more pleased with? The son who did it or didn't do it? It didn't matter what they said, but he was more pleased with the son that actually went and did what he asked.
There it is.
So
Bingo.
that was Jesus' story.
You can never go wrong with Jesus.
Yeah, I just remembered it. It was like, oh yeah, it's a good one. But we also have this.
Here's the brother of Jesus now, and he says in James chapter 2, starting in verse 14, he says, what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? I mean, suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. And if one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm and well fed, like good luck, but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by actions, is dead. But someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. You believe that there is a God, one God, good. Even the demons believe that and shudder. This is crazy. So he talks all about these things. It's this idea that our faith is a show and tell faith, and in that order. We should show it first in action. And so he's saying they cannot exist apart. You can't say you have faith and not have actions that look like it. Now, that's not to say we get it right every time. We're perfect. No, far from it. But we ought to try, we ought to continue and persevere and push on. And he says at the end, it's like, you believe there's one God? Great, I'm so glad you have faith. But even the demons have that same faith. They live it out completely different in action, though. And so he's basically saying, like, you better keep your actions in check if you say you have faith. It's also the idea that the world, really their best picture of Jesus is you and I. They're not seeing Jesus in the flesh like the disciples did. They see our example. And if we say we're a Christian, we're either a good example or a bad example. And that's often determined by our actions.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's this question of, is Jesus just like someone you believe in, but he's not really the Lord of your life, the person who at least you're trying to make the Lord of your life. Like we don't do this perfectly. But, is he the one who you're trying to follow his way? What he says is right and wrong instead of what we say is right and wrong.
Yeah.
Is that what you're after? That's kind of what James is getting at. And he's like, if you really are believing that, then your actions are going to reflect that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily if you do good things so that you receive salvation or whatever. It's because of your salvation and because you're trying to follow Jesus, you have these, your actions reflect that and look like Jesus.
It's the idea that salvation is free. You don't have to work for it.
Yeah.
But then you work from it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like saying, I'm going to give you $100 now and then spend it in a way that honors me as a gift to you. Rather than, hey, you've got to work to get my $100 and then do whatever you want with it. So it's a reversal in what's really common here. We work to earn here on earth for a lot of things. This is you've earned it, like it's been given as a gift to you, and now you work from it, saying, like if you plant an apple seed, you better get an apple tree. So if we plant a seed of faith in Jesus, our life, the fruit and the growth that comes from that should look like that in action.
Yep. And we're still working on it. We're not perfect at it either. So let's all work on it together.
Right, you are.
Get it? Work on it.
Work on it. Hey!
Actions. Yeah, anyway.
Work in progress. I love it. All right.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all.
All right. Conviction on 3. 1, 2, 3. Conviction.